other night it seems like a lie. You say it tastes good when you hear it online. You know it feels good when you know it's a lie. You say it tastes good when you live on the line to feel the breathe now. The night is falling. You say it tastes good when you live on the line to feel the breathe now. The night is falling. You say it tastes good when you live on the line to feel the breathe now. The night is falling. You say it tastes good when you live on the line to feel the breathe now. The night is falling, 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 falling.
Oh. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anti-Media Radio. You're here with Lavonne live in the Love Lab, and I'm joined with Rodney. He's a guerrilla gardener. He's been gardening in the most amazing places for a few years now. He's been a big inspiration for me, and we're hoping to be joined also by Leslie Goldman, who is also a gardener. He is a teacher for Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, which is an amazing company. You guys should check out their products. So we're going to be talking about gardening tonight, following up from the March Against Monsanto. There's a lot of people who are inspired by all of our actions last week, so we want to follow that wave and make sure that we can offer them some solutions in regards to testing. Okay, seems to be working now. So we are live. You guys can call me if you'd like to talk. The number is 1-718-717-8296. I'll be happy to answer your questions if you have any. Go ahead and say hi, Ronnie.
Hello, how's everybody doing tonight? We got a little victory garden going over here at our new home, and it's bigger than any garden I've ever started before, but it's nice. We got a lot of seedlings going, and it's amazing. Lavonne put down like 106 seed pods, and she almost had 95 of them, maybe 98 of them come up, almost 100%.
Right?
It's a lot of your garden has to do with your soil, your confidence in that you're doing a good thing for yourself, and having fun doing it.
That's true. That's true.
If you're not enjoying it and you think it's a task, you're not having fun, then it's not as fun as if you go out there and just say, wow, get away from the TV, the radio, the telephone, sit down with your green plants and enjoy a little peace and quiet, and it's amazing.
When I was growing up, my dad used to say, you reap what you sow, and I didn't know what that meant, but it's so true, and not only in regards to like relationships and anything in life that you can apply that to, but the energy you put in your garden really matters. I've been gardening for about 4 years, and this is the most beautiful garden I've ever. You mentioned my germination rate. That's never happened to me. That's never happened to me.
Taking the right approach and feeling good that you're doing the right thing for your plants.
It was the right time.
It was.
Just a year ago, I did the same thing. I spent, hundreds of dollars on all this fancy equipment to get my seeds started, and I planted hundreds of seeds. Guess how many of them sprouted? 0.
Wow.
0 seeds sprouted, and I was so bummed out that happened.
Yeah.
But energy really matters, and there's a lot of science that suggests that plants and humans are more symbiotic than we thought, especially in regards to nonverbal communication. Plants put out a vibe, and they pick up on our vibe. It's actually like 7.4 hertz, I believe. So there's a frequency that these plants have. So when you're with them and you're giving them your good vibes, they feel it and they like it.
Sure, it's just like, they always say that house plants like certain type of music and dislike other types. Your vibe your interior vibe when you're out there planting and feeding and watering, it can carry on into your plant, I imagine. Sure. If you're being all grumpy and dumpy and not caring, you're not watering it right. And then if you do care, you're going, yeah, that's right where I wanted it. So that's the good part about it right there is, and you know where those carrots and tomatoes are coming from. And man, I like being able to go out there and just pick a bunch of tomatoes and go in and have lunch and eat those tomatoes right there and there. You don't have to have them in your refrigerator overnight, and they don't have to come from a truck.
And they taste
Nice.
We call them everything in the garden. I put the word candy after it. So we got pea candy, tomato candy, every kind of vegetable candy.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you eat food fresh from your yard and you knew that you grew it from a seed, I can't explain to you how it tastes. It tastes like magic. Like it glitters when you chew it. Like it sings to you. It's like there's something so beautiful about it.
There are lots of things I didn't used to eat. Just like I've never grown up as a kid and being an adult before I started my little victory garden. I never really would eat a tomato all by itself. Never, never, never. I'd cut it up, put it on a sandwich, eat it with the meat and the paper and everything else. But now it's really enjoyable to taste that cucumber, that tomato, those carrots. Woo-hoo. We've already had peas this spring, and we got a second crop of peas starting, and I guess I'm gonna have to start some more.
Well, the most exciting part is that Ronnie and I, we met over garden. If you guys remember, I've been doing this show for 2 years now, and I used to talk about Ronnie the guerrilla gardener. I've done at least 20 shows about Ronnie, and I'm so happy that he's here with us in the studio because I was already inspired, and I was already anti-Monsanto when I met him, and I wanted so badly to have a garden, but I just hadn't made the time in my life to do it. I hadn't made it a priority, but I saw what he was doing, and I wanted to do it too. And Ronnie, if you don't mind, telling the people why you started gardening in the first place. You were kind of pushed into it, right? You didn't plan to do it.
No, I didn't. I had a neighbor go on vacation, and they thought they had their tomato plant out, and it was looking very, very sickly. And when they left it there as a piece of dead weight, and I just went ahead and started watering it and everything. And in 2 weeks' time, when they came back, that tomato plant had like 200 flowers on it. They were flabbergasted because they hadn't seen anything like that before. And that's when they told me, you better help us eat these tomatoes. And then I got inspired to start doing a little bucket victory garden. And that actually got my apartment complex manager inspired. And he talked to the owner of our apartments. And he got it that we spent a couple of afternoons and built a victory garden area for a bunch of us in the apartment complex to make our own little personal victory gardens. And you came in on that victory garden over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember Ronnie used to live downstairs from my mom, so whenever I'd go visit my mom, I'd see these enormous pumpkins or the tomato plants taller than me in a tiny patch of land right in front of an apartment. You know, that 1.5 foot by 9 foot walkway that they all have, right from the door to the window. And on the side of the apartments where those tiny little plots of land, and just a normal person would look at it and go, this is a dump. But they weren't bad apartments at all. They were nice apartments.
Oh, they were fantastic apartments.
In regards to like a conventional garden, you wouldn't think that was ample. But it was more than enough. And the food that Ronnie grew was just amazing. And even more beautiful is he inspired a lot of people to do it. So we've combined our seed banks, and we've got a nice little plot of land. And we're really excited because the first 9 months we lived here, we literally grew everything that was in our garden, which was, how many plants would you say? About 20 plants or so, or more?
Here?
Just from the compost.
Oh, the compost. Yeah, that yielded most of my mature plants right now. 5 or 6 big tomato plants came just by putting compost in the dirt and in a few days, seeds would pop out of the ground, and we'd let them mature a little bit, and then we'd pull them out and put them in a potted planter, and they'd take off. Yeah, we got celery and tomatoes, and we got some gourds going, and I'm trying to get some other things going, but our seeds right now look fantastic that we sprouted up like last month.
So
Amazing.
let's explain to those who don't understand or are intimidated by the word compost. What we literally do is we eat good food. We buy nice vegetables, the kind that you'd want to grow again. And what's important about eating organic, if you guys don't know, is Monsanto is taking control of our seeds on a genetic level. And I've started comparing it to cellular rape because it's astonishing. That word's very powerful, and it's true. When you eat a genetically altered organism or genetically modified organism, your DNA is being changed. So it's like mating with somebody. And you should have a choice on who you share your DNA with. Don't you agree? So it's really important to take back our food supply, not only so that we sustain ourselves genetically, but it's more sustainable and economical in the sense that we're going to have food forever. Like our peas, we got 8 new pea plants right now. That came from 2 pea pods from our we harvested 2 pea pods from the peas. Ronnie dried the seeds or the peas, and then we planted them, and we have 8 whole more plants now. 11, I'm sorry, 11. Mm-hmm. So it's literally perpetual, endless food. So we buy these good veggies, right? And then we eat them, and then the waste from them we put in a little bucket. And then, Ronnie, what do you do with that bucket?
Well, I don't have a composter poster, so I just kind of dig a hole and bury it in the dirt. And whenever I find any worms around the yard, I throw it in that dirt to try and help that dirt get better and better. And just a poor man's compost pile, basically. Like if I was out in the middle of nowhere and living in a cabin, I just bury it together and, make the best of what I got instead of putting it in the garbage and having it go to a landfill and, stinking up the landfill and filling it all up. Use it for something beneficial. Works out nicely.
And, go ahead.
No, that's that's the way I do it. I just try and build some good soil with some worms and compost things, Any kind of leaves in the yard that don't have a lot of kind of seeds that are going to grow, I'll go ahead and put them in a bucket and put them on top of a pile and let them be part of my compost. Just yard leaves, It all works out okay because it'll end up in a landfill if you don't do it,
It's true, and you might as well utilize what you have. We try and recycle everything.
Egg cartons.
Yes.
Egg cartons.
In toilet paper rolls. We started all of our seedlings inside of toilet paper rolls. Those things you normally throw away. We folded up the bottoms, and Ronnie put a little tissue in them, and we put some dirt and some seeds. And you plant the seeds. Each one has a different depth that they like, and you water them. Within 3 to 4 weeks, you have plants that are ready to be transplanted. I'm really excited. I just got this new material called Cocomore. It's imported from Brazil. You guys need to check it out. You can get it from different retailers around the city or from wherever you live. Cocomore. It's a really nice blended material. It holds its moisture. It expands. And the best part is, you guys, is that it's been reported to last over 10 years. So get this. We can empty out our garden box. We can take out all the roots from our soil, right? And then you lay your soil out and you let it dry. Then you simply amend it and reuse it. It is amazing material. That's not typical of dirt. Most people can't say that they are able to do that because they don't have the ability.
Yeah, dirt and soil, it has a different way to go. But it definitely has the,
Hi.
We're results so that you like.
Leslie's just joining us in the studio. I'm going to bring him a nice chair. Leslie, this is going to be your spot right here. Thank you. He brought us a plant. Awesome. Cameron, thank you for escorting. Go ahead and go back upstairs. Will you let your dad know that your sister needs dinner, please? Thank you.
Last night there was a...
Watch your head right there, Leslie.
Last night there was a caterpillar on this.
Aww. Awesome.
And it went to the...
There he is. There's a caterpillar.
Where is he?
He's right there.
Yeah, he's growing.
Look at that.
I can see him from here.
He wanted to be on your show.
Well, welcome, little caterpillar.
And we should probably get the... Oh, he's grown so much since yesterday.
Oh, my.
Cameron's cold upstairs, please,
I
Mom.
think we should...
I'm live on the air. Thank you. Leslie, welcome to the studio.
Hello.
You can have a seat right
How
here.
are you today?
I'd rather have a straight back chair.
Okay. Here, this chair would be good, buddy. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. There you go. So Leslie's just joining us in the studio. Thank you. I hope this chair works out for you. What kind of plant did you bring us there?
This is a milkweed plant,
Ooh!
and there's a monarch butterfly right on it.
How exciting!
And last night it went to the very important planet reception, and at the end of the evening I discovered that it had this very important planetary guest on it, this monarch caterpillar. Isn't that something?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Ronnie and I were just introducing the audience to the idea of victory gardens.
Mm.
Ronnie became a gardener by accident. The earth pretty much said, hey, do this. And
Take care of me.
he's been doing it ever since. And we were just explaining to people how simple it is to compost the things that you would normally put in a landfill. We simply started our garden from the things that normally would go in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
And we were explaining to them how we recycle materials and we germinate our seeds with said recycled materials.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times people are afraid to garden because they think it's going to cost them a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the case. It's really not. It costs more time and patience, which is what Ronnie and I were telling people. But Leslie, I would like you to say hello to the audience and tell them a little bit about what you do, which is a lot. Do you want me to take anything? He just unpacked. He just moved in.
No. Well, basically, I'm on a mission to alert the rare seeds that I find, which are the people
Mm-hmm.
who are here to make this world a more beautiful place, and turn it into the enchanted garden, which is the name for our new earth, that we can grow one dream and one plant at a time. Right now, my current campaign is to alert the rare seeds of the world that by growing rare seeds of heirloom plants, we can further enter what I call plant parenthood.
Plant parenthood.
Plant parenthood means as we reparent plants, or we parent plants, plants reparent us.
Yes, symbiotic. We were talking about that.
Yeah, they help us, they remind us that we're intended to grow by the beat of nature. And that basically is part of the problem. We've lost our beat.
I couldn't agree more. That's a very strong topic on the show, is the idea of us becoming disconnected. And I feel like because of our disconnection, we have what we call disease.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of the things that ail people could be helped by having this reestablished connection. And what better way than to create your own sustenance via growing food?
Yes, we can grow something, even if we just grow something in a pot. One pot, one person can make you an enchanted gardener. The main thing is starting small, starting with something we can manage, and getting the idea that you could turn your thumb to green.
And when did you start gardening, and why? What inspired you?
Well, I started gardening when I was about 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be a scientist, and I was playing in my backyard, in East Los Angeles. And I used to like to mix what was left over in the trash, talcum powder, this, that. And I found some alcohol and some talcum powder and some other things in the trash. And there just happened to be, by some strange coincidence, a bag of corn seeds. And I may have broken the bottle of alcohol. And I was concerned about causing a fire because I was in the junior fire department. So I dug a little hole. It just happened to be near the water faucet, and I buried the corn seeds, the talcum powder, and the broken kerosene or whatever it was in a hole next to the water spigot. And what do you know? The corn started to grow. And I became a gardener right at that moment.
That's awesome.
With my first crop of corn. I turned from being an alchemist scientist to a gardener. I was enchanted by nature, just like that, in my very own backyard.
What's beautiful about what you just said is that you didn't stop being the scientist alchemist. You just transmuted, because essentially when you create food, you're creating nuclear energy. Because you're, in a sense you are, because you're feeling the cells. You know what I mean? And on a cellular level, there are some pretty profound things occurring. Digestion's an amazing occurrence in the body, and it's so sad that a lot of times, especially now, people eat food, and I call it food, spelled P-H-E-W, food, you know, because it's faulty, and they think they're getting nutrition, but they're not. And what's important about what you do and teach people is that you're sharing with them sacred seeds, non-GMO, old world food. And why is that important, do you think?
Well, when you grow the original rare seeds, the heirloom seeds, and I favor the seeds from a company called Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, because during the Proposition 37, I was at the farmer's market one day, and someone in clown face came up to me and gave me a packet of San Marzano tomato seeds, which are good for tomato sauce. And those San Marzano tomato sauce were donated to the campaign to label GMOs by the Baker Creek Company. And I received one of 160,000 packets of seed in the clown at the Hillcrest Farmers Market. And that packet of San Marzano seeds changed my life, because the year before I was in Washington, D.C., and I was speaking at the United Nations, at the USDA, the Department of Agriculture. I was speaking at Organic Listening Day, and I thought I'd go back to Washington because I was having such a good time in Washington. But when I received those San Marzano tomato sauce seeds, rather than east, I went north from San Diego in my 68 VW van to attend the National Heirloom Expo. I was captivated, and I was captivated by a 17-year-old named Jared Gettle, who 17 years before discovered that all the rare seeds of the world that were in catalogs were disappearing. All the food of the cultures of the world that represented their history and their future were falling out of the catalogs. And he was a 17-year-old, and he said, "No, I love seeds. I love rare seeds. I love what was becoming rare seeds, or rarer and rare seed." And he started his own little catalog. And now, 17 years later, there's a collection of 1,600 varieties, and he loves to travel around the world with his wife and children, and he collects the rare seeds. And they have also a gathering once a year that I go to called the National Heirloom Expo in Santa Rosa, where I'm a teacher, and I drive the Enchanted Garden Mobile up there on my campaign to win back our sacred seeds. And why is that important? because if you want the blessings of nature, then it would be good to grow the rare seeds out of what represents supporting the diversity in the world and the gene pool, rather than buying into the one-size-fits-all model, which is another idea of a different system which would like to have boxes in tomatoes, square boxes, or boxes for people who live in boxes. And they imagine all we need is one tomato, a square tomato, that's produced in the laboratory. And they would prefer not to have this diversity of thousands and thousands of rare seeds that represent multicultural history, because that's too difficult to manage. Why? It's much easier to manage people if they live in boxes and they just have a few little genetically produced seeds. It's what I'm suggesting is we can have this diverse gene pool, which of course is healthier, because in a state of disaster you may lose your genes that are only a few of them in a couple in that square tomato. You see, if you start fooling around with the technology that human beings come, well, I had a friend named Bernard Jensen. He said if you left design to human beings, they would probably have put the nose upside down and we would have drowned out in the first rain.
I'm so glad that you told the people, you reaffirmed Baker Creek, because I was telling them earlier that I've been on Team Baker Creek for a few years now. I came across their catalog online and I ordered one, and it became like my Bible. I showed Ronnie the catalog today. I don't know if you got a chance to thumb through it. It's just the food itself is so beautiful. You've never seen anything like it. Just
here it is.
The colors. There's things you've never seen before. I went to Leslie's house the other day and he made me gave me some chicken vegetable soup. There were vegetables in there I had never seen.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't even know what they were. I was like, what is this? What is this? And it's just all this old world food that's been around forever that we're not exposed to.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
What do you think about the importance of diversity in the garden, Ronnie? We've got over 100 different things that we personally like.
Well, I think the first-time gardener shouldn't overwhelm himself by thinking about growing too many plants. Grow your favorite plants. Grow a couple of different types of tomatoes. Grow a couple of hot peppers or bell peppers, whichever's your favorite. Try and grow a nice cucumber plant, because you can eat these things every day and really enjoy that diet, you know? And then as you find yourself enjoying the small garden, you work your way up to doubling your buckets next year and getting bigger when you can. And then if you can, start building yourself boxes and stuff. But you don't ever want to overwhelm yourself if you're a new gardener starting your first victory garden. Don't overwhelm yourself, because you could get disappointed if things don't go your way. Because, sometimes if you're growing from seed, your seeds don't seem to grow quick enough, so you're wondering, did I do it right? And then all of a sudden, give them another week, and they're all coming out, I mean, I myself just did that. I thought my seeds would come up quicker than they have, but they're up.
Took a little longer.
So it's nice,
The garden teaches us lots of things.
Patience.
Yes.
Appreciation. Appreciate what you have.
Well, I think that idea of the victory garden is a beautiful idea. In World War II, I believe there was at least 40% of the food that was produced in victory gardens or small gardens. And even today, about 85% of the food in the world is produced by little micro farmers and people. But to pick up on what you're saying, Ronnie, that's why I say one pot, one dream, one gardener makes you an enchanted garden. And I have 3 seeds that I would recommend.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
One of them is called Keep the Beet. You get a beet from a local organic farmer. You put the beet, you tear off the beet greens, you steam those and you eat those. Then you plant the beet in some really good soil. Like I would suggest there's one brand called Fox Farm, or you get some really good soil from Farmer Bill. We have a Farmer Bill in San Diego at City Farm and Nursery. You get some of Bill's potting soil, and you put the best possible soil in a pot with that beet. You keep the beet, and you eat the greens. You've taken off the beet greens, and you put that beet in the pot, and what do you know? You water it, it will start growing more beet greens. It'll grow more beet greens for a number of months, and what do you know? You'll be a gardener within the shortest time by just taking the biggest beet that you got from a farmer. And if you pay attention to Keep the Beet, she will start talking to you.
Okay.
That's why a number of years ago, I'm a professional blogger, but all of a sudden, as I was growing my beet, I started hearing the voice of that beet plant speaking to me. And that's why she became world famous. It's called Keep the Beet Media Star, the world's first talking beet plant. And you can look her up on the internet. She has her own Facebook page. And of course, Ronnie and Lavonne, is only one beet, many pulses. So therefore, if you keep the beet, we're all in this together, because there's one pot, one beet, and so keep the beet. And if she starts talking to you, that's just the beat of nature talking to you. And that's my first suggestion. Do you have any questions, Ronnie and Lavonne, about Keep the Beet?
Do you ever harvest the beet, or you just harvest the greens?
Well, since it's called Keep the Beet, if you ate your beet, you would have killed your.
Just making sure we're all on the same page.
If you ate your beet, you would have lost your garden, because your beet. Did you know that in the beginning beets were grown for the beet greens?
No.
Oh yeah.
I recently just read, however, that you can't reheat beets. It's not recommended because of high levels of nitrates, I guess.
You're talking about cooking your beet?
Yeah, when you cook it, and then they're saying you don't want to reheat it, that you just want to eat it cold.
So that's probably very true. And so I would suggest people look up Beet Keepers of the World Unite on the internet, and you'll come to my website, and you'll find all kinds of graphics to get you started. You'll find your garden management journal, your Enchanted Garden Club membership, your Sacred Seed, Sacred Prayer. You'll find all the pictures of Keep the Beet that was designed like a cartoon. And we actually thought that Keep the Beet one of these days would turn into an animated cartoon.
Let's do it. We should make Keep the Beet a cartoon.
Yeah, well, she actually is a cartoon. If you go on the internet to my
we're getting a caller. How exciting. Let's see here. Hi there. Welcome to our show. Who are we talking to? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for calling in. You're here with me, Lavonne, and Leslie, as well as Ronnie. Are you enjoying our garden segment this evening?
Yeah, I am. Bonita. This is Manny, Occupy Los Angeles. How are you?
Hi, Manny. You're a farmer. How are you?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that, really appreciate the show, because I'm a vegetarian, being from Acapulco, and, and that fight against Monsanto, I was really happy to see Leslie out there and, yourself. And Rodney, I don't know if I know Rodney or anything, but I just want to compliment you guys on a good show, okay?
Oh, awesome.
Manny, it was really nice meeting you at the March on Monsanto in San Diego. I was looking at a picture of you today, and I thought that your work is very, very important, and we certainly want to plant some seed dreams that everything you're doing prospers. Tell us, what's your seed dream? What's the what do you imagine if we were going to plant something in for you? What do you think we would want to harvest within let's say 3 months or 6 months? What would you like to? Because
Cilantro.
my work's called Enchanted Gardening. Enchanted Gardening. It's all about planting with intention.
Mm. Well, I've always, come from a country where we grow a lot of cactus,
Yeah, cactus is a wonderful thing. So my idea is you plant with intention. Like sometimes you plant a seed, and as you plant the seed, the dream grows. That's the work I do. It's called Enchanted Gardening. What kind of cactus do you like?
I'm kind of just, kind of basically open to, mostly, I'm not sure how you say it in English, but in Spanish we say nopal redondo, which is basically the round shape nopal, because there's different, cactuses,
Yeah, that's a wonderful cactus.
But I just want to let you know that I mentioned you and Lavonne on the work on against Monsanto in Los Angeles, not only in English, but I also did it in Spanish. So that's why I tuned into the show, and I really appreciate that,
Do you know why a cactus has thorns, Manny?
Tell me.
Well, I once worked with the great doctor, Bernard Jensen, and he said the thorns are to protect something that are very valuable. And he used to talk about how there's different natural remedies for cactus, and those thorns are to protect the cactus. And in fact, in San Diego, we have a garden where I'm going to take Lavonne. I'm going to invite Lavonne with her beautiful children to come visit. It's called the Trees for Health Garden in Balboa Park. No one knows about it. And they have some beautiful cactus there. And would you believe it, Manny, that there's a little white fungus that grows on the cactus, and that is the original dye of the redcoats.
I knew that.
You knew that?
Yeah, I used to work in the historic sector of San Diego, so I know the history of California, and as well as the indigenous people, which were the Kumeyaay. They used to utilize that fungus, and the women would use it as makeup, and they would dye their clothes as well. The cactus is one of the most versatile plants, and it's also the only indigenous plant to this region, is it not?
You know, I will have to ask some of the tour guides at the Trees for Health Garden.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. So, Manny, you picked an awesome plant to be your friend. That's a sacred plant. And Leslie's right. As a holistic practitioner, cactus and aloe are some of the most beneficial plants in the world. They offer us so many things, especially like in regards to healing our gut, which is really important right now.
Yeah.
Especially with all the chemicals we're all eating and not knowing about it.
Oh yeah, we eat it, we drink it, and then we use it for medicine.
It is medicine. Food is medicine, Manny, and that's why I'm so glad you chose that plant. That's a good one.
I'll bet you know all kinds of things to do with that cactus. I certainly feel that you calling and tell us about the cactus, I would love to see that kind. Maybe you could send us a picture, or we could figure out where to get that cactus, because I would love to. My girlfriend loves to make, we get the cactus at the farmer's market, and I know it's very healing. I get it from the farmers next to JR Organics, where I am every Sunday at the Hillcrest Farmers Market. Sometimes we get that wonderful cactus, and when I used to live in the San Fernando Valley, I had friends in Pacoima, and they used to make cactus soup and stuff. So I want to thank you for that reminder. I want to have more cactus, because as Lavonne was saying, the number one issue that we all have to deal with right now is the gut and how to heal the gut. And it would be good to.
Okay, well, yeah, I appreciate that, because you're inspiring people also in East Los Angeles, where you used to live, because there's people that couldn't. They thought they couldn't start a garden because they were afraid of, and now they're doing it. And so I appreciate your show, Lavonne. Appreciate Leslie and Ronnie being on the show, and lots of love from Los Angeles, California. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
thank
Manny,
you.
Manny, thanks for being out there and inspiring other people to garden because, word from word. That's how more people get it. They just see somebody's beautiful garden, they stop and talk to them and say, "How do I get that started?" And sounds like you've been helping people get started, and that's the way to do it because the food from your garden is so much better and easier to collect than going to the
Yeah, that's right.
supermarket.
And so you guys have a good night, and don't forget, out the door with Monsanto. Good night.
Ouch! Have a good night. That was nice.
Thank you, Manny. Now he's doing a lot of work in the community right now as well. So we appreciate you, Manny. You're a little imaginal cell doing your job, and you rock.
I call them a rare seed.
A rare seed. See, yeah, seeds are cells. So I suppose that's why we're all here. Three of us have a very similar vision. We all enjoy making people happy, and I think that is transmuted through us via gardening. Food's perpetual. I use that word because think about this for just a second. You plant one celery plant, okay? That one plant bolts, which means it shoots into the sky, and then it flowers. And then that one plant becomes literally thousands of others because it drops you a little gift of seeds for the next year. So by planting one celery plant, you could feed your whole neighborhood and your whole family's celery forever.
As time goes on.
I mean, eventually,
yes.
you can turn that one plant into plants forever.
An endless supply of celery.
I was walking down along the San Diego River down in the Mission Trails Park, and it was nighttime. And me and my friend, we jumped off our mountain bikes and we started walking along the river. And lo and behold, lit up in our headlamps was hundreds of celery plants growing free.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just wonderful to sit down there and listen to the babbling water and sitting among all these celery plants because, I'm growing them in my garden and, they're not poisonous. And it's just a wonderful thing to see that food wants to grow for free if it has the chance to stand there and grow.
And a lot of people don't know, we're so lucky here in our native city of San Diego. Food does grow everywhere. Celery is a very common native wild plant here, and you can find so much food. Dandelions, that's a really healthy green. You can make all sorts of different things with it. It's really expensive in a fancy restaurant, but it also grows as a weed in your yard. What you call a weed is food. So that's part of our disconnection and that's why we've got to share with each other and we've got to talk to each other and we've got to empower each other is because you may not know that celery grew wild down by the San Diego River. Now you may want to go down there and check it out.
Hey, Ronnie, let's go on down there and have a celery soup.
It was very cool because some of them were very small and then some of them were bolted and they were 4 foot tall with seed poppings coming off of them. So it's just intriguing to, come around a corner of the wilderness and walk upon a fantastic plantation of celery that just wants to grow year after year.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean.
And it does it all by itself. There's nobody out there going, hey, I'm going to plant you here. Hey, I'm going to put you here.
Yep.
Nature works itself out. And that's what's so important about having a diversity. What's wrong with the way we grow food in this country is that we grow massive fields of the same crop year after year. That is what's not intended. That's not what nature likes. You're doing lots of things when you do this that are not beneficial, like you're depleting the soil. You're not supporting local ecosystems like bees and that wonderful little monarch right there on this milkweed.
Don't you think that's incredible that he came to visit your radio show?
We should make him famous.
We should.
We should.
Absolutely.
You need your own Facebook, buddy. But
yeah,
it's amazing. Like, we need this diversity, and all these plants help each other, just like
Now-
that little caterpillar.
Now, wait a second. We better focus. We only have, it's 8:45. How much time do we have?
We're gonna be done at 9 o'clock.
Okay, we have 15 minutes to change the world.
Ooh, I like it.
Let's focus. Do you know you could change the world in 15 seconds, Ronnie, with a chocolate-scented peppermint plant? Did you know that?
I agree.
All it takes is 15 seconds. You take some peppermint, rub in between your two hands, breathe it in 3 times, and you will just not be the same person. You know that?
Wow. No, I did not.
We have that. We have a peppermint scented geranium.
And so let's talk about, we better focus here. I mean, you know, time is valuable.
You're right.
And here we are,
Well,
a gathering of rare seeds. And I'm starting a Facebook album right now. It's called Food Desert versus Food Forest. With
I like it.
Lavonne and Leslie look at food, open access to food for all. Okay? Because do you know what happened to me the other day, Lavonne? I went and visited.
Oh, we're getting another caller. Hold on 1 second, Leslie. Hi there. Thanks for calling. What's your name?
John,
John, how are you doing today?
I am doing good. How are you?
I'm so happy. I'm talking about food, man. It couldn't be any better. So, right? You agree. Food's fun.
Food is good. And you know what? That
Enthusiastic
picture was awesome.
Right?
And I had to call in and say something about it.
Tell us what you think.
I think you're right. And I've been on your side for a long time. I don't know if you guys probably have thousands of people that are there, but I've been posting your guys' stuff for a long time.
Well, you matter. We appreciate that. You know, what's so beautiful about the anti-media is we literally began just like we are here right now. Leslie, Ronnie and I, just a little group of people going, we should do something. We're people and we matter. And now we get to talk to millions of people all over the world. So.
And you do. And you know what? You speak out. And people on my page and Facebook that I share this stuff to, I'm hopefully are opening their eyes to things that the corporate media lies to us about.
Where are you from? I hear a little twang in your voice. Where's that from?
Well, I got robbed a few weeks ago, so my teeth are a little bit broken. But
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. My teeth went through my cheek, and it was ugly. But
oh my gosh.
Anyways,
You're okay.
Long story short, I'm okay now. But you know what? You guys opened my eyes to so many different things, and I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys, I hope, have opened some of my friends' eyes to many different things, because I post, I mean, probably 90% of the stuff you guys have out there.
Wow, where are you? Where can I see your Facebook page, John?
I'm in Saskatchewan, Canada.
Wow, I mean, are you on Facebook? What's it called? What's your Facebook page called?
I don't know what it's called, but I can give you the username. It's my phone number.
Oh, well, wait a second. How about this? Mine is Leslie Goldman, Your Enchanted Gardener. Why don't you find me and friend me so I can see what you're up to?
Absolutely.
Leslie, Leslie Goldman, Goldman, Your Enchanted.
Gol.
Yeah, Goldman. Yeah, Goldman. Leslie, Leslie, Goldman, Your Enchanted Gardener. And if you friend me, I would love to see what you're up to, because it sounds like you are one of those rare seeds that I'm talking about, who's doing something beautiful.
There's not rare seeds out there with that page. There is.
You are a rare seed.
You are a rare seed.
You are a rare seed.
And my mission now is to alert the rare seeds that they could get nature's blessings by growing the seeds of all the cultures that we're losing unless people grow some plants. Like I was saying, you could even, I don't know how much space you have, but you could even grow a beet in a pot and have another friend called Keep the Bee.
Exactly.
Then they're gone.
I like the way you put that.
I was going to tell my other two plants.
Oh, that's
well. You know what? I'm going to friend you right now.
all right,
Okay,
John.
go friend me, and we'll be in touch. And that's something very meaningful will have come out of this radio program from the anti-media. You know, I'm actually not against the media. I just am the media.
That's right.
Plus, I'm not even against the FDA.
You're exactly the way I am.
I'm
not against the news. I'm not against corporate media.
Pardon?
I'm against the lies.
Oh.
And
Gotta be the chief.
that's why I don't bother watching that anymore. I go to you guys. I go to other sources now.
You know what? I was watching TV because I wanted to see what my local basketball team was doing, and I had to pay for this, pay for that, pay for this. Finally, I was able to watch these basketball teams. You know, I thought I was missing out on something. I thought I was missing out on the Academy Awards and the Super Bowl. Oh, so boring. I turned them off. I couldn't stand it. I gave that.
I don't blame you.
I cut it off. It was terrible. I'd rather listen to Lavonne.
Oh, you're sweet. Well,
You know what? This is awesome. I'm really okay. Let me make sure I got the spelling right here.
Yeah.
Leslie.
oh,
No. Leslie.
Oh, Lieldman.
Goldman. Goldman.
Okay, I've got you. I'll friend you probably within the next minute or two.
Your Enchanted Gardener. You'll find it there. And I'm friends with Lavonne, too, on Facebook.
Wow.
it means a lot.
This is really, really cool.
Yeah, we did something. Now, grow that beet. Would you please grow that beet for me? I have a feeling, you know, I'm kind of, I had an initiation with nature recently. Would you believe it, John? We have been in a drought, and ever since the governor said we're in a drought, it's rained 5 times in my backyard. And you know how I did it? I planted seeds. When you plant seeds, it rains. And nature was trying to show me that we have an empathetic relationship with nature. Some people get high with all kinds of things, you know, John. But
Oh, yeah, I know.
There is such a special relationship with nature. It's the highest of the high. And all you have to do is grow some rare seeds, and it'll alert you that you are a rare seed. And then we will have a whole new world called the Enchanted Garden that just grew one dream at a time. I'll bet tonight while you're sleeping, would you please think of your dream? I know you've had some hard times, but do you know one of my other seeds is called Job's Tears? And it's a seed that you can grow and give to children, and they can make beads out of it. It's called Job's Tears, and Baker Creek is going to produce some special seed packets for me, because I'm going to be going to the National Heirloom Expo in September.
When I friend you, could you send that to me so I can pass it on to the kids?
It's called Job's Tears, and it's the story of Job. He lost everything he had, but he never lost his faith. And guess what happened at the end of the story? Everything came back better than ever.
There you go.
Exactly. No, that's true. You got it. You guys hit it right on the head for me. And
well, I think you
dream.
I will be friending you within the next minute or two.
Awesome.
Dream tonight, John.
One last.
All right. You have a great day, and God bless you.
One last thing from Ronnie, John. Hold on.
No, I was going to ask Leslie. Leslie said he had 3 seeds he was going to want to grow.
Yeah.
He got to the beet. We got 5 minutes. What are the other 2 seeds?
Okay, one is the beet. One is Job's tears that you can grow in a pot. All these are things you can grow. All you need is one pot. And then the third one is, my friend, the ancient wheat of Kamut, Khorasan ancient wheat. And that is just for you, Ronnie, because you soak it and plant the ancient wheat. And you know what'll happen? Within less than a week, it will come up, and the message of the ancient wheat is, how fast can a dream grow? As fast as a blade of grass.
Okay.
And the story of that one is, we want to cultivate the greatest grassroots movement the world has ever seen between all the rare seeds. And if you grow,
Well, you guys are doing a great job. I want to tell you that right now.
okay, and just remember, John, it's all about joining the Enchanted Garden Club, which I'm gonna read you the membership.
Oh my gosh, this is about to happen for you.
Please do. Well, here, let me add you to Facebook. My phone won't let me do it while I'm on the phone.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. Do it. I'm gonna ask Lavonne to read the Enchanted Garden Club membership for the whole world. Do you know that Lavonne is in the Enchanted Garden Club, and so can you? We joined last week at the March on Montana, on Mizuna.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So, the club member, okay?
Hey, John, say these words with us. You don't have to say them out loud.
It says,
all the listeners, say these words and join the Enchanted Garden Club on my Facebook page.
Okay, it says, I am an Enchanted Garden Club member. Oh, patient Mother Earth, let us...
Nice and slow.
I'm sorry, I'm so excited. Okay. How much time do we have? Okay, this is going to take me 3 minutes, guys.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, patient Mother Earth, let us walk together more closely. More now I accept your fulfillment is a byproduct of my own dreams flowering. Remind me that all natural things on earth grow from seeds. Open in me the wisdom contained in a tiny seed, that I might too experience how dreams grow naturally. The Enchanted Garden, a name for the new earth, growing through me, starts here and now. Because I am a sacred seed, John. You too.
That is, wow.
Did you get chills all over like I did?
You almost teared me up there. So, I'll leave it at that, but I'm going to friend you right now.
Okay, just remember, John, whatever happens to us, we can turn it into a beautiful story. And remember that up ahead is the Enchanted Garden, which is a name for the new earth that grows one seed and one dream at a time. So just remember, plant your dream. That's the name of my website, Plant Your Dream.
Wait, I want to write that down too.
Plant Your Dream. That's the name of my website. You can find it on the internet. Just look up Your Enchanted Garden.
You guys, we're all out of time. I'm sorry I went so fast. We'll catch you next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'ma let them know through the stereo. Yo, here we go through the stereo.